Ladies and gentlemen, football fans, and especially you die-hard Big Blue supporters out there, can you believe it? After a nail-biting start to the 2025 NFL season, where the New York Giants stumbled out of the gate with 3 straight losses, they finally flipped the script in Week 4. Picture this. MetLife Stadium rocking under those bright lights, the crowd roaring like they've been waiting a lifetime for this moment. And boom, the Giants knock off the previously undefeated Los Angeles Chargers, 21-18, in a thriller that had everyone on the edge of their seats. It's their first win of the year. And folks, it feels like the dawn of something special. But hold on, because today we're diving deep into Pro Football Focus grades from this game. Some surprises, some standouts, and a whole lot to unpack as we build momentum heading into Week 5. Stick with me. This is going to be a ride. First off, let's set the scene for those who might have missed it or just want a quick refresher. The Giants, coming off a brutal Week 3 drubbing against Kansas City where nothing seemed to click, made a bold switch at quarterback. Enter rookie sensation Jackson Dart, stepping into the spotlight for his regular season debut. And boy, did he deliver in his own way. But we'll get to that. The game was a defensive masterclass mixed with just enough offensive grit to seal the deal. New York built an early lead, held firm against Justin Herbert in the high-powered Chargers attack, and walked away with a 3-point victory. It wasn't pretty all the time, but wins in the NFL aren't about style points. They're about heart, hustle, and execution. This one snaps a skid that had fans grumbling. And now the Giants sit at 1-3, eyeing a climb back into the NFC East conversation. Now, shifting gears to those PFF grades, Pro Football Focus, for the uninitiated, is like the report card of the NFL. They break down every snap, every block, every tackle, and assign grades based on performance. And for the Giants in this win, it was a mixed bag, but with some real gems shining through. Leading the pack on defense was cornerback Drew Phillips, who bounced back in a big way after a rough outing last week. Remember, Phillips came into the league as a highly touted prospect out of Oregon, known for his sticky coverage and ball-hawking skills. Against the Chargers' elite passing game, we're talking Herbert slinging it to guys like Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnston. Phillips was locked in, over 48 defensive snaps. He allowed just 2 catches for a measly 10 yards on 7 targets. That's shutdown corner stuff right there. And get this, he snagged one of the Giants' 2 interceptions on Herbert, turning the tide at a crucial moment. It's the kind of performance that reminds us why the Giants invested in their secondary during the off-season rebuild. Phillips' grade? Tops on the team, and it's a testament to his resilience. As a fan, you gotta love a guy who answers the bell like that. But man, the real fireworks came from that pass rush. Oh, what a unit! The Giants' front 7, especially the edge rushers, finally lived up to the off-season hype. We've been talking about this trio all summer. Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeaux, and now rookie Abdul Carter. Burns, the veteran acquired in that blockbuster trade a couple years back from Carolina, was his usual disruptive self. 7 pressures, a sack. That's his 5th of the season already, and he was wreaking havoc on a Chargers O-line riddled with injuries. Think about it. Joe Alt out, Rashawn Slater banged up. It was prime time for Burns to feast. Then there's Thibodeaux, the former top 5 pick, who's been building his resume since 2022. He chipped in 5 pressures, showing that speed off the edge that's become his trademark. But the star of the show? Rookie Abdul Carter. Folks, drafted out of Penn State where he was a menace in the Big Ten, Carter played mostly on the edge this game after some interior work last week. In just a few less snaps than Burns, he posted an eye-popping 92.1 pass rush grade. That's the best among all Giants and led the league at his position for Week 4. 8 pressures, 5 QB hits, a 26.5% pressure rate. That's Rookie of the Year candidate material right there. Together, this trio overwhelmed the Chargers, vindicating all the talk about their potential. It's like the Giants finally unlocked that dominant front we saw glimpses of in the Eli Manning era, when guys like Justin Tuck and OSI Umenyiora terrorized quarterbacks en route to those Super Bowl wins in 07 and 11. And we can't gloss over Big Dexter Lawrence in the middle. Sexy Dexy, as the fans call him, has been a cornerstone since being drafted in 2019 out of Clemson. He's an immovable force on the D-line, and against the Chargers, he was everywhere. Solid run defense to help build that first half lead. And then, get ready for this, an interception at the line of scrimmage. He nearly rumbled it all the way for a touchdown, stopped just short by a couple yards. Imagine a 340-pound DT house calling. That's the kind of play that fires up the MetLife crowd and reminds everyone why the Giants' defense has been their backbone through tough times. Lawrence's bio is stuff of legend. Multiple Pro Bowls, a key part of that 2022 playoff run, and now anchoring a unit that's starting to gel under coordinator Shane Bowen. Flipping to the offense, it was another gritty showing from rookie running back Cam Skattebo, stepping up with Tyrone Tracy Jr. on the sideline. Skattebo, the Arizona State product who turned heads in the draft with his tough, between-the-tackle style, carried the load with a season-high 26 rushes for 79 yards. His longest scamper was 16 yards, but the real story? 65 of those yards after contact. That's a guy who's not going down easy. It's reminiscent of Saquon Barkley in his prime with the Giants, before he bolted to Philly in that controversial free agency move. Barkley, of course, was the heart and soul of the offense from 2018 to 2023, racking up over 5,000 rushing yards and earning Rookie of the Year honors. Skattebo's not there yet, but performances like this show promise, especially with an O-line that's still finding its footing. Speaking of the line, left tackle Andrew Thomas deserves a shout-out. After being limited to under 25 snaps in the Kansas City loss due to some nagging issues, he got a bigger workload here and looked sharp. 0 pressures allowed for the second straight game. That's elite blindside protection, folks. Thomas, drafted 4th overall in 2020 out of Georgia, has been a rock of this line through ups and downs, earning all-pro nods and protecting quarterbacks from Daniel Jones to now Dart. His bio screams reliability. Over 60 starts, a key in the 2022 wild card win over Minnesota. But not everything was rosy up front. Guards John Runyon and center John Michael Schmitz had solid pass pro, just one combined pressure. But their run blocking? Woof. Dismal grades there, as they struggled to create lane for Skattebo to explode. It's an area the Giants need to shore up if they want to balance this offense. And a man of the hour, rookie QB Jackson Dart. What a debut. Stepping in after what sounds like a quarterback change. Maybe Jones is hurt or they're shaking things up. Dart had 28 dropbacks, completing 13 of 20 for 111 yards and a TD through the air. But his legs? Electric. 10 carries, 54 yards, another score, averaging 5.4 per tote. That's dual threat magic, evoking memories of Eli Manning's poise mixed with a dash of Daniel Jones' mobility. Dart, out of Ole Miss where he threw for over 3,000 yards in his senior year, showed why the Giants traded up to grab him. Sure, he was risky at times. Trying to shed tacklers with the ball in his throwing arm led to a fumble, recovered by Thomas, thankfully, and his grade was modest because of it. But in a win, that's gold. It's his first start, and he engineered a victory against a tough Chargers team. Fans, this will be the start of a new era, post-Manning, post-Jones. On the flip side, not everyone aced a test. Linebacker Bobby Okereke, the veteran who's been a tackling machine since signing from Indy in 2023, had an off day. Just one stop, a missed tackle below his standards. Okereke's bio is impressive. Over 150 tackles in back-to-back seasons, a leader in the middle. But this game, his impact was muted. Corner Paulson Adebo, acquired in the offseason to bolster the secondary, contributed to holding the Chargers to 203 yards and 1 TD, but allowed 4 catches on 9 targets for 44 yards and dropped a pick. Safety Jevon Holland, dealing with an in-game injury that cut his snaps, allowed 1 catch for 9 on his lone target and had a missed tackle. These are fixable, but in a division like the NFC East, with rivals like the Eagles, Barkley revenge games, and Cowboys, those epic Thanksgiving clashes, you can't afford slip-ups. Let's pause for a moment and think historically. The Giants, founded in 1925 as one of the NFL's originals, have a storied legacy in New York. From the Polo Grounds to Yankee Stadium to now MetLife, they've given us icons like Lawrence Taylor, the greatest offender ever, who led them to Super Bowls 21 and XXV. Then the Tom Coughlin-Eli Manning duo shocking the world twice against Brady's Patriots in XLI and XLVI. David Tyree's helmet catch, anyone? That underdog spirit is baked in. Compare this 2025 start to, say, 2011. They were 7-7 before rattling off a Super Bowl run. Or 2007, starting 0-2 and finishing champs. Stats-wise, this defense's 8 pressures from Carter alone tops their Week 1 to 3 total combined. Offensively, Dart's 65.5% completion is better than Jones' early season struggles last year. Expert opinions? Fictional analyst Mike Lombardi might say, this pass rush is the real deal. Reminds me of the 86 Giants who sacked everyone in sight. Or ESPN's Mina Kimes. Dart's mobility adds a dimension Jones lacked. Watch out, NFC. Imagine post-game interviews. Dart, grinning ear to ear. Man, that first one feels unreal. Shout out to the O-line for keeping me clean and the defense for those turnovers. We're just getting started. Coach Brian Daboll, ever the motivator. Proud of the fight. Carter's a beast. Phillips locked it down. But we gotta clean up those run blocks. A fan at MetLife. Finally, Big Blues back. Beat Philly next. Looking ahead, this one could spark a turnaround. At 1-3, playoffs are a long shot, but the NFC East is wide open. Eagles at 2-2, Cowboys 3-1, but inconsistent. Week 5 against, say, the Seahawks. Prediction: Giants ride the momentum. Dart throws for 200+. Defense gets 3 sacks. Win 24-17. Implications: boost morale. Solidifies Dart as starter, maybe influences draft strategy if they climb. Curiosities: did you know the Giants-Cowboys rivalry dates to 1960 with 120+ meetings? Or that MetLife's wind tunnels make it a fortress? Pop culture tie-in, like in Any Given Sunday. One win changes everything. Or think Taylor Swift at Chiefs games. Maybe she'll show for a Giants matchup. Phew, what a breakdown. Giants fans, if this fired you up, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us for Week 5 coverage. Big Blues rising. Let's go Giants.